Welcome to eXtremeRate channel. In this video, we'll guide you through the complete process of replacing the housing on your Generation 5 DualSense controller, Model 050. If you're looking to rebuild your latest DualSense controller, we've got your back. Let's redesign the look of your controller and take your gaming experience to the next level with eXtremeRate. Now check if you have all the necessary parts for the build, and let's get started. First, remove L1 and R1 buttons. Insert the flat end of the spudger into the gap and gently lift the buttons out of their slots. Next, remove the cover by finding a spot where you can wedge the tool in and gently start to pry. Do the same on another side and lift the cover up to undo the clips. Then pull the cover and lift it over the joysticks until it pops out. Remove these 4 screws securing the housing on both the top and bottom. Carefully insert the tool into the gap and lift it to undo the 2 clips securing the front and back housings. Then hold the back housing case and gently wiggle it until it comes off. Now we access to the inner part of the controller. First, we need to disconnect the battery and carefully remove it from the compartment. Next, remove 1 screw from the compartment and the 2 screws on the trigger modules. Take the back microphone out of its slot and disconnect it. Lift the bracket and remove it. Next, disconnect the touchpad ribbon and the microphone. Then grab the middle assembly and pull it upward away from the front plate. Remove both button conductive pads and all the stock buttons on the plate. Then remove the membrane, the logo button, and the mute button along with its bracket. Remove the black button pad. Remove the front microphone. Remove a screw on the touchpad. Pry from the gap to release the clips underneath the bracket. Then give it a wiggle and lift up the bracket and carefully slide the ribbon out from the gap. Now use a heat gun or hair dryer to evenly heat the area to soften the adhesive on the back of the touchpad. Then insert the flat end of the spudger into the gap and gently pry it upward until it comes off. Align with the posts and place the touchpad onto the new plate. Next, assemble the bracket. Send the light guide plastic into the groove in the correct orientation and click it right in place. Then install the lower one and click it in place. Align the mounting frame with the plate, guide the touchpad ribbon through the gap, and position the bracket right in place. Then lock the two screws on the left and right sides to secure the touchpad assembly. Now let's assemble the front plate. Place the accent rings and click them into place. Align the ABXY button pads with the grooves and press them firmly into place. Then place the ABXY buttons into their slots. And place the conductive rubber in the button area. To ensure the rubber is securely attached, here we need to firmly press around its edges. Then install the D-pad and its conductive rubber as well. Carefully thread the front microphone ribbon through the gap. Position the microphone properly into its designated slot, and adjust the position to ensure it is properly placed. Next, put the mute button right into its slot. As well as the logo button and the membrane. Then line up with the alignment posts and mount the touchpad assembly right in place. Please be careful and don't clamp the rubber pad here. On the back of the front plate, position the menu button on the left side and the create button on the right side. Next, let's replace L2 and A2 buttons. First, unscrew the left trigger module. Carefully pull it upward and lift the trigger module out of the slot. Lift the actuator upward and pull it to the right and remove it. Then replace the L2 with the new one. Line up the button with the clip and click it in. Then reinstall the button actuator and test if the L2 are working properly. Now put the trigger module back into the slot. To ensure proper functionality, align the first gear of the actuator with the outer gear on the trigger module. After both gears are aligned, press the bracket down until it clicks into place, then secure it with screws. Next, replace the R2. First, unscrew the right trigger module. Carefully pull it upward and lift the trigger module out of the slot. Lift the actuator gear upward and pull it to the left and remove it. Then replace the A2 with the new one. Line up the button with the clip and click it in. Then reinstall the button actuator and test if the L2 are working properly. Now put the trigger module back into the slot. And align the first gear of the actuator with the outer gear on the trigger module. After both gears are aligned, press the bracket down until it clicks into place, then secure it with screws. Next, flip to the front and pull them upward to remove both thumbsticks. Please support the motherboard with your fingers to prevent it from falling off. Line up and push down the replacement thumbstick to click it in place. Install the one on another side and make sure it clicks in place. Next, align the posts on the front plate and fit both parts together. Be careful not to pinch the ribbon cable during assembly. Reconnect the ribbon to the motherboard. Put the battery tray back in place and lock the screws. Reconnect the ribbon cable and place the back microphone securely into its slot. Reconnect the battery and sit it in the compartment. Peel off the adhesive backing from the cushion sponge included in the kit, and align it with the grip area and attach it to the back plate. Now align the back plate with the front and press them together until they click into place. Then secure the housings by tightening the two screws on the top of the controller. Also, tighten the two screws on the bottom. Next, put the front cover in place and press it down until it clicks all the way in. In the last, snap both trigger buttons into place to complete the housing replacement. Thank you for watching the video. Happy customizing and enjoy modding with eXtremeRate.